Okay, good morning, friends. Last class we discussed briefly about signal conditioning and interfacing systems. As I told you earlier, when we see the block diagram of a entire mechatronic system, which is shown on the screen, we had various elements like we have the sensors and transducers, we had input signal conditioning and interfacing devices. So we had output signal conditioning and interfacing devices. Then we had the digital control devices, and then we had the actuators. And in between, we have some display devices as well. Out of these, we have just introduced ourselves with various sensors and transducers. As you remember, actually some task is going on and that task is to be monitored and controlled. For example, the robo is picking up some object from one place and it is placing that object at some designated desired place. And this robo is a mechatronic device. If we identify various elements involved in this mechatronic system, the primary task of the robo is picking up the object from one place and placing it at the desired place. This is the primary objective. Now, when we look at the mechatronic system design of this robotic pick and place robotic system, we'll be using various actuators for actuating these positions. The robo, for example, the robo has to start from some initial position, right? So from one location, it is at the some reference position, let us say. From that reference position, it has to come to a designated place from where it has to pick up the object. And then it has to pick up the object and place it at the designated position. After completing that task, it has to come back to its original position. This is how is the work sequence, so to say. Now to get this, we need various actuators, isn't it? So maybe many hydraulic devices, maybe various electric motors will be required. Some pneumatic devices will be required. So those will be the actuators of that mechatronic system. Now, whether the desired position is attained or not, whether it has moved from a reference position 000 to maybe reference to my designated position, let us say 200, 200, 300, XYZ coordinate. This is what I have given the input through a program to this robotic control system. Whether it has reached the desired XYZ or X1, Y1, Z1 position of, let us say, 200, 200, and 300, whether it is reached or not, for that, we need to have various types of sensors and transducers, isn't it? We may need the velocity sensors, we may need the position sensors, whether the gripping force is applied to the pre-decided value or not. We might use tactile sensors to measure the tactile forces, the gripping forces. For rotating the object, maybe I need some angle measurement sensors. So various sensors and transducers will be requiring. And this signal will be given to the controller, right? The controller will receive the signal from the sensor. As you can see, this is the controller. The controller will receive the signal from various sensors. And whatever signal is generated, let us say I have used a force sensor in the form of a strain gauge. It will be giving me some voltage output, some millivolt output. Now that millivolt output, which is analog in nature, let us say, my controller will not be able to receive that signal, will not be able to process that signal. I need to convert if my controller is a digital controller. So it will not recognize an analog signal given by the strain gauge force sensor. So what I need to do, I need to amplify that signal. I need to convert that analog signal into some digital, appropriate digital signal form. And then I need to feed it to my controller, isn't it? So there I will be needing some input signal conditioning devices, right? So this input signal conditioning devices, what they'll do, they'll receive the signal from sensor transducer, convert it, process it. Maybe I'll be amplifying it, or maybe in some cases I need to attenuate it, reduce it. I need to filter, I need to remove the noise signal out of it. Filtering work it has to do, or it needs to convert the analog signal into some digital form, A to D conversion. So these input signal conditioning devices receive the signals from sensors and transducers, process it in such a way that it will be suitable for the controller. Right, the controller will receive those process signals, and then, and let us say, ultimately, to reduce the force, gripping force, I need to reduce the gripping force by using some DC motor. Let us say I have one lead screw arrangement. By clockwise rotation of the motor, the lead screw will start rotating, and accordingly the gripper will close or open. This is what is the actuation. If the gripping force is pre-designated force is, let us say, 200 Newton, and right now it is applying only gripping force of 100 Newton. I need to increase the gripping force so that the job is held properly. This is what is the requirement, let us say. So I need to rotate the motor in clockwise direction so that the gripping force will be increasing. This is what is my requirement. Now this DC motor will not be able to receive the digital signal as given by the digital controller, isn't it? It will be receiving only analog voltage signal for modification of, let us say, the field voltage of the DC motor. So the digital signal, after receiving that signal from the signal conditioning devices, will process that signal, whatever is the error, what is the amount of rotation that is required. But that's the digital controller will give me the output in the form of some digital signal. But that digital signal, if I directly connect to my DC motor, the DC motor will not run because it is recognizing only analog signals. So here, this output given by the controller needs to be appropriately modified by output signal conditioning devices, isn't it? Like in this particular case, I need to have D to A converter, digital to analog converter, so that the digital signal given by the digital controller will be converted appropriately into analog voltage signal, and that analog field voltage signal will be given to my DC motor field voltage. And then the motor will appropriately rotate either in clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction, and ultimately it will be rotated to such an extent that the required gripping force is attained or not. That feedback also is given by, once again, the force sensor. The force sensor, once that required force of 300 Newton is applied by the motor, the sensor will sense the signal and send it to the controller, and the controller will compare the feedback signal with the actual signal, present signal, and then it will generate the zero error signal, so that the motor should stop thereafter. After applying the required force of 300 Newton, the motor will stop there. And in case I want to show what is the actual applied force by the gripper of 300 Newton, the output signal conditioning devices can send the signal to the display devices. Maybe I have a LCD display, I have LED display. Okay, some display devices, earlier cases it used to be CRT, cathode ray tube. Now it is no more used. We have LCD displays and LED displays. So there it will show the applied force, applied gripping force of 300 Newton, right? So this is how, for my mechatronic systems, all these elements, sensors, signal conditioning devices, controller, actuators, displays will be functioning. Now in that, we have studied the types of sensors and transducers. Now we need to study the input signal conditioning devices and output signal conditioning devices. Put together, we will be studying in this unit number 2, where we will be studying various types of amplifiers, filters, A to D converters, D to A converters, attenuators, different types of signal conditioning devices will be studying in this unit. Okay, this is what we are going to study. The same thing, whatever I discussed. The transducer gives up the signal conditioner processes that signal and sends it actually to the controller, and from controller it will be sent to the actuator. Or in some cases, the conditioned signal will be given to the display devices where the data will be shown. Where there is just a measurement device, like I have a digital weighing pan. I don't want to control anything, but I want to display. त्या पॅनवर मी काहीतरी वेट ठेवलंय, मे बी ज्वेलर्सच्या दुकानात किंवा ग्रोसरी शॉप मध्ये काहीतरी 500 ग्राम आय वॉन्ट टू मेजर. I put that material on the pan, and then the strain gauge will sense that signal, convert it into output voltage. That output voltage will be appropriately converted into digital form, so that on the digital display it will show the weight of 500 grams, whatever it is the weight. And accordingly, so I might use signal conditioning devices only for data display, or I might use it for actuation of certain actuating elements, or I might use it for controlling certain parameters. So this is what is the role of my signal conditioner. So what is signal conditioning? It is the process of, listen to me very carefully, it is the process of modifying the output signals received from the transducer, received from the sensor transducers, into usable and satisfactory signal for whom? For the controller, right? Or for the display. How it is done? By using either amplification or attenuation. Amplification opposite attenuation. Linearization. We have studied the static performance characteristics of the sensors and transducer. So the non-linear signal asil given by the sensor transducer, the signal conditioning devices need to linearize it. Linearize and non-linearize, what is the difference? Proportionate signal, if I get, it is linearized. If it is non-proportional, right? Signal, if I'm getting, I'll be getting non-linear signal. Or in some cases, multiplication by some other functions. Ashishike, whatever are the requirements, those are done by signal conditioning devices. What is the need for signal conditioning? Now, the signals given by a transducer may be nonlinear in nature, or maybe containing certain noise signals. Noise signal म्हणजे काय म्हणते? Noise म्हणजे आपला sound as such नाही, but आता साऊंडच म्हटलं तर आपले जे ट्रान्झिस्टर्स पूर्वीचे होते, किंवा आपण पण मॅच ऐकतो, गाणे ऐकत असताना इफ सम व्हेइकल पासेस बाय, तो टाळाकीने आवाज येतो. दॅट इज ऑल्सो नॉइज. ऍक्च्युअली व्हॉट इज हॅपनिंग, whatever is my sound signal, that will be affected by शेजारून व्हेइकल गेलं म्हणजे काय झालं, तिथं काहीतरी एक डीसी व्होल्टेज डायनेमो चालू आहे त्याचा, isn't it? So it is giving out some electromagnetic signals, and those electromagnetic waves will affect my signal, and in that process there is a noise, a practically noise signal. पण जिथं noise signal आपल्याला आवाजाच्या स्वरूपात नाही, but the signal is distorted. म्हणून the signal व्यवस्थित येत नाही. There will be so many overlaps on the signal. So that is also noise. Effect of other signals on my original signal is noise. So there may be the case wherein मग आपला एक PCB आहे, त्या PCB वर वेगळे कंपोनेंट्स लावलेत आणि त्या एकमेकाशी कनेक्टेड आहेत. मग एका कंपोनेंटचा इफेक्ट दुसऱ्या कंपोनेंटच्या फील्डवर होऊ शकतो. So those noise elements are also needed to be reduced, or some components need to be isolated from some components. म्हणजे या कंपोनेंटचा इफेक्ट दुसऱ्या कंपोनेंटवर होऊ नये म्हणून. So that is also noise signal. Thus, before sending these signals to other components of mechatronic system, कुठले कुठले components बाबा, either actuator or to the control system किंवा display devices, before sending these signals to other components, it is essential to remove the noise, non-linearity associated with the raw output from a sensor or a transducer. Sensor transducer चं काम काय? They'll be receiving the signal in some form, maybe position आहे, linear position आहे, angular position आहे, temperature आहे, force आहे, pressure आहे. Those physical signals will be received, and the transducer will convert these physical signals into some convenient form. कुठला फॉर्म असू शकेल? इलेक्ट्रिकल फॉर्म असू शकेल, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फॉर्म असू शकेल, हायड्रॉलिक फॉर्म असू शकेल, न्यूमॅटिक फॉर्म असू शकेल. So whatever form it is processing the signal, that raw output from the transducer is to be processed by the signal conditioning devices. Okay, so it is also needed to modify the amplitude. Either the low amplitude is to be increased to high amplitude, that is amplification, and high amplitude is needed to be reduced to low amplitude, that is attenuation. This may be one of the functions of signal conditioning. Or signal in one form, analog signal hai, that is needed to be converted into a digital form, right, of the output signals with respective acceptable limits and form which will be suitable for actuators or control systems. So this is the purpose of using signal conditioning devices. So this is the essential part of my mechatronic system. Sensor transducer barobarच important काय आहे? Input signal conditioning and output signal conditioning. Without that, my mechatronic system will not work properly. So this is the need of my signal conditioning devices. Now what they do, what signal conditioning processes involve? Transducer करणं आलेले non-linear signal. The signal conditioning devices will linearize it. This may be one of the functions. High amplitude to low amplitude. So desired amplitude, that is called as attenuation of the signal. Low amplitude to high amplitude म्हणजे amplification झाला. Right? Noise signal किंवा noisy signal आहे, it is made noise free. Analog signal is converted into digital signal. So this is also one of the functions of signal conditioning. Non-isolated signal is converted into isolated signal. So these are the few functions of my signal conditioning devices. Now I use appropriate circuitry for linearization. I use appropriate circuitry for attenuation. I use appropriate circuitry for amplification. I use appropriate circuitry for noise reduction. I use appropriate converters or circuitry to convert the signal from analog to digital or from digital to analog. कधी येऊ शकेल digital to analog? आपण बघितलं एन्कोडरच्या बाबतीत. Encoder as a sensor transducer is generating a digital output, pulsed output, right? किंवा दुसरी केस आपलं photoelectric pickup, speed signal it is converted into pulsed digital output. पण मोटर जी स्पीड कंट्रोल साठी वापरलेली आहे, if it is running on analog signal, even if my photoelectric pickup or the encoder is giving me digital output, I'll not be able to use that digital signal to run my motor, which is running on analog signal. So in that case, जसं आपण analog to digital converter वापरतो, तसं digital to analog converter पण आपल्याला वापरावं लागेल, converting the digital signal into analog signal. म्हणजे not isolated signals आहेत, those can be converted into isolated form by using some opto isolators. All those isolation circuitry also will be studied in this signal conditioning processes. So signal conditioning system enhances the quality of signal coming from a sensor. Signal conditioning system enhances the quality of signal coming from a sensor in terms of काय काय बाबा, protection to prevent damage to the next element of mechatronic systems such as microprocessors from the high current or high voltage signals. समजा माझा कंट्रोलर मायक्रोप्रोसेसर आहे, त्याच्या ज्या इनपुट सिग्नलच्या लिमिट्स आहेत तिथपर्यंत मी प्रोसेस करून जर पाठवलं नाही तर इट माइट डॅमेज माय मायक्रोप्रोसेसर. मायक्रोप्रोसेसर समजा 5 व्होल्ट डीसी पर्यंत सिग्नल घेऊ शकतो आणि मी समजा इथं 25 व्होल्टचा सिग्नल दिला, इट माइट डॅमेज माय microprocessor or microcontroller. So protection is one important function of my signal conditioning devices. Right type of signal my signal conditioning system should give to convert the output signal from a transducer into a desired form, that is either voltage signal or current signal, by using appropriate Wheatstone bridge in case of strain gauges. आपण बघितलं strain gauges काय करतात? The Wheatstone bridge, what it does, it receives the signal from the strain gauges in the form of resistance change, and then that resistance change is converted into voltage change, right? So that voltage change, original force signal hai, that force signal is converted into strain signal is converted into resistance change signal, and resistance change signal is converted into voltage change signal. So right type of signal will be obtained through Wheatstone bridge. So Wheatstone bridge is also one type of signal conditioning device only, isn't it? So which generates the right type of signal, which can be processed easily. The right level of signal, बरोबर? Right level म्हणजे in terms of amplified signal or attenuated signal. By using amplifiers or attenuator to amplify or attenuate the signals to a right or acceptable level for the next element. Maybe thermocouple giving small output. Thermocouple voltage मला जे temperature signal receive करता and if it is generating microvolt signal, the microvolt signal will not be suitable for further processing, isn't it? For the controller, I need to amplify that microvolt signal into either millivolt signal or some low voltage signal, isn't it? So that is a right level of signal, right? So this is done by my signal conditioning devices. By using amplifiers, I do this. Noise reduction, to eliminate noise from a signal by using appropriate electronic filters, right? Noise filters. We'll study all these things. Then manipulation of the signal. To manipulate the signal from a non-linear form into linear form. For example, flow meter is giving me some non-linear signal. समजा माझा turbine flow meter है. It is receiving the flow signal, which is converted into rotation of the turbine runner, and because of that some voltage is generated. And suppose that voltage generated is not proportional to the flow rate. बरोबर है? I need to, and it is generating some non-linear signal. That non-linear signal is needed to be linearized, right? So that is the manipulation part. आणखी काय manipulation असू शकेल? Amplification पण एक manipulationचाच part आहे, right? A to D conversion is also manipulation of the signal. So that these are the functions of my signal conditioning devices. Now, how we are going to attain this? We need to study different types of circuitries, different types of elements involved in signal conditioning processes. All these things we'll study in the coming classes. So we'll stop for today.